How's the international break for you?
It's good. Celebrating becoming a very old man at 50. So went down to see my family down south, and obviously had a bit of downtime with the family, which was great. But worked well before with the players, and obviously coming back in this week, the players have been really at it and ready to go again.
Yeah, everyone good to go this weekend?
Yes, yeah, we've got apart from Robbie Crawford, unfortunately. Damaged his ankle a week ago. Everyone else is available and fit for selection, so it's a healthy squad at the moment.
You must have a squad full of confidence going into tomorrow's game against Celtic.
Yeah, definitely. I think we obviously disappointed at the last result, but we looked at the period of games from the start of the season, and we feel that we've achieved some good results and a good points tally, and that's what it's about at this stage of the season. And if we can repeat that points tally again over the next 8 games, then I think we'll be in a good position. So, but we have to focus obviously on the next challenge. It's a tough challenge, but it's certainly one that we have to relish and go into full of confidence, because you're right. I think the results and the performances warrant that confidence.
When you're preparing for a game like Celtic, how much do you look at their current form and their current position in the league table?
I don't. To be honest, I'll look at their individual and collective quality, their patterns of play. What they like to do. When they've got the ball, where we can possibly expose any weaknesses in their attacking shape or defensive shape. The usual sort of thing. Really, we pay the utmost respect to every opponent we play. So it's and we've played teams that are at the top of the league and at the bottom of the league, and they've all been really tough matches. So we don't expect anything different on Saturday. But Celtic are always going to have good quality players and a good quality manager, and that's the case.
Given some of the results this season, in terms of your players, does it give them more belief, and can they use that because they've seen what some other teams have done already this season?
I'd like to believe our confidence and going into games comes from ourselves and what we've done, not what other teams have done in different games, because everyone plays in different styles, different ways, and so we have to play how we want to play and how we feel we play well. So for me, it's I think we went into Rangers and Hearts in our last 2 games. We went into those really tough venues and games full of confidence that we could get a result. It didn't turn out that way, but we certainly gave it a great shot, and we have to do the same on Saturday. But for me, if I went in and analysed or passed on to the information to the players about what his team had done over the last 7, 8, 10 games, I think we're taking the focus off what we need to do as a team, and that's the biggest thing for us. Before we even think about what the opposition are going to bring, we have to make sure that we know how to play well. We know how to be a team, and that's what the majority of our focus has been on this week.
How do you find that balance between wanting to implement what you want to do and looking at the opposition and what their strengths and weaknesses are?
Well, the thing is, in football, every manager, every team has a style of play they want to implement, but you always have an opponent trying to disrupt that style of play and trying to implement their game plan. So that happens every week. So it's not you don't go over there and it's just unopposed patterns of play and you just effing go smoothly. Every opponent will try and disrupt that, and we're the same. We try to disrupt the opponent in what they want to do. So. But for us anyway, other teams are different, other managers are different. For us, I always try to incorporate any changes in what we would do anyway. So you're probably on the 85, 90% of what you are, and then you might change the other 10% to disrupt, break down any given opponent on the day. So, but I believe in consistency. I believe that players know or want to know what their jobs are, and 90% of the time it's pretty similar.
I think you spoke after the Rangers game about trying to create an environment where your players are looking forward to games against Celtic and Rangers and going into the game with confidence they can win these types of games. Do you feel like your side are increasing in their confidence in going into these games?
Yeah, I think so. I think we try to instill, and I think the players know that they're good players and they're a good team. when we do things that we train. It's important that however we train from Monday to Friday, that we replicate those things on a match day. So we try to keep as close to that as possible. I don't think they see any change in how I or my coaching staff approach the games. We don't try and increase anything, leading up to these big games or come off it when we play other opposition. I think we're quite consistent in how we approach all our games, but it's always with the consistent mindset of winning it. So hopefully over time the players understand that. I think they have. The ones that have certainly been with us for the last 8 or 9 months, the ones that have just joined the summer, are understanding that's how we do things. And but the players know when they're together and they work together and they bring their best self, then we can beat any opponent. And I want us to continue to have that belief. We also understand that it won't always go our way, as it's already been proved this season. But I like to think whenever we come off a pitch, we've always given it our best shot, and that's the best you can do.
Every week in the Premiership now, you cannot predict a game.
No.
Why do you think it is such a competitive league this season in particular?
I think the thing with football and the beauty of football is it's played by humans, and humans can have different days, different moods. You can affect other humans with your behaviour. So I think that's the beauty of football, that getting that collective to think the same and to act the same is incredibly difficult, but also rewarding when it happens. And I think when you look through, I've spoke about this in the past, when I came to managing the Premiership, was, I knew I was going to be pitting my wits against top coaches, top managers, and top players. And my players feel that as well. And they want that challenge, but we don't want to be overawed by it. And I don't think we need to be or should be. And I think more and more teams are becoming that way. We understand the history of clubs and the quality that they have. But I think every team at this level will be fit. Every team at this level will be organised. Every team at this level will have an identity. And all those things go a long way to winning games of football. And it's I think that's why the game is so popular around the world, because anyone can achieve anything. It's down to what you put into the game, not just how much money or what your name is. You have to go and earn it. And I think that's adds to the whole quality of the game of football, to be honest.
Is it a mindset issue? Because I was talking to Jack Ross yesterday, and one of his players as well, about changing the mindset of a player to have a winning mentality. Celtic and Rangers have had that within them for years. How do you get that into a provincial club like Motherwell, and how do you change that? Is it all down to the players? Everything's
in the mind. Everything. It's all in the mentality. I'm telling you, when you get to be a professional footballer, you are in the top 0.5% of anyone who's kicked at football in the world. Because everyone, there's so many people who have played football through their childhood into adult life, and only the cream gets to play professional football. So all professional footballers are good footballers. They all come in with dreams of winning. You think about it when you're a kid. You don't think about getting beat. You're dreaming about scoring a winning goal or winning a cup or winning a league. The game beats you down a little bit because it's not like that. It's not a dream all the time. But if you keep that focus on what you thought about when you were a kid and how you can achieve it, and all the obstacles you've overcome to actually become a professional footballer, that's what you got to plug into. I feel, and that's underpins everything we talk to our players about. That we don't believe that they're substandard to anybody else. They're here because we like them, because we rate them, because we think they're good players, and I think we can become a good team through that as well.
Does that take time to get into the player, because they're coming from an environment where some of them may have been classed as journeyman footballers?
Yep.
Jobbers.
Yep. I was a journeyman footballer as well in some people's eyes.
So
in comparison to some people's careers, I might have had a very good career. In terms of other people's careers, I might have had a bang average career. For me, I loved my career. but it's who you compare to. So just don't compare it. Compare to how you felt about your career and what you wanted to do. But what you find is we have 24 players from all parts of the world, from all levels of football, from all different backgrounds and family lives, and they've all had different journeys to here. But we have to bring them all together and believe in one thing, and that's achieving. And but you can only do that together. You know, none of us are good enough to win on our own. None of us. So we have to be together to have that strength and that quality. And I include everybody at the club in this.
And finally, for me, then, when you're playing a team like Celtic or Rangers, who have had this mindset within them for years, is that a bigger challenge? And is that the challenge that you give your players to rise to that challenge?
Well, I think if you go and play for Celtic or Rangers or Man United or whoever, you're expected to win, and you're walking in that door knowing that expectancy is there. So why can't other clubs have that expectancy within their four walls? So we try to instill an expectancy of winning, you know, and because we have to put ourselves under pressure as well. You know, we want to be under pressure. We're in a game that's full of pressure. So you can either be scared of that pressure, or you can, you know, engage with it and actually say, you know, this is why I wanted to become a professional footballer or a professional football coach or manager. So for me, I think it's an expectancy that, you know, I've managed clubs where there's an expectancy to win. But if there hadn't been there, I probably want to join those clubs because I want to win. So, you know.
Expect to win tomorrow then?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Honestly, if I didn't think there was a way of winning, what's the point in me being here? Absolutely no point. You know what I mean? I know the challenges. I know the toughness of winning. But if we don't win the game, 100% I'm going to be disappointed. 100%. Just like last week and the week before. And I think our players have that mentality as well. I think you can see that in them. I think we have to reinforce it week in, week out. But of course, we go into every game. You know, it's more than a hope. I think we have a plan of trying to win. If we do it right, we give ourselves a better chance. And I think we have to put that expectancy on ourselves to win every week if we can. We know it's not going to be the case. Been in the game a long time. No one wins every single week. No one. Just
going back on Robbie, how serious is that a serious ankle injury?
I think he'll be over a month at least. Yeah, he damaged it in training, unfortunately, and it's not like Robbie. He's a tough little character, to be fair, and you know, for him to go down in training was quite unusual. So yeah, he's had a scan. He's damaged his ligaments in his ankle, unfortunately. So he'll be out for possibly 4 to 6 weeks or something like that.
Sondre coming back into defence perhaps as well, and if Johannes actually managed to get back for Kazakhstan in time for the game. I mean, 5 options at centre back as well. Plenty of depth around the squad. Yeah,
we have, like I say, when our squad is fully fit, we have a real competitive group. I think we've got choices to make, which is great for me and my staff. And we've got players who understand this strong competition and they want to compete and push each other to get in the team and then make sure that team plays well. So yeah, Sol's had a full week training with us now, which is great, and you know, so hopefully we make the right choices to go into the game tomorrow and give ourselves the best chance.
You must take a lot of encouragement from your home form, especially this season going forward.
Yeah, and until the last game we were undefeated away from home as well. So I think our form's been pretty decent home and away. You know, we don't plan any differently when we play at home or away. I think we obviously have a great back in here, which certainly helps. I think it inspires the players to better things. But you know, we know when we go into any venue, it's about the 11 against the 11, and we have to focus on that and let everything else deal with itself. But yeah, we know when we perform well here, the crowd get behind us, and it's a great atmosphere to play in. And I think, like I said before, all players love playing in great atmospheres.